are connected to three-phase supply. I'm sharing the screen. So in three-phase induction motor, we have discussed about the stator first of all. The stator is having three windings. This stator is the primary winding. Three primary windings are there. The rotor is the secondary winding. Three secondary windings are there in rotor. Three-phase connection. Three-phase induction motor we are discussing. These three stator windings are connected to three-phase supply. When connected to three-phase supply, voltage, three-phase voltage, current will pass in these three windings. When current is passing through these three windings, three magnetic fields are developed. Let I1 is flowing here. Around I1, one magnetic field is developed. Around I2, one magnetic field is developed. Around I3, one magnetic field is developed. Let us take phi1 as the flux here, phi2, phi3. Three fluxes are developed. And these three fluxes are linking with each other. And there is a relative motion in between these three fluxes. And one resultant flux is developed. Which is rotating with the constant speed ns. Ns is called synchronous speed. See here stator. Ns is 120 F by P. Stator. Stator is having three phases. Three windings are there. Those three windings are connected to three-phase supply and three currents are flowing, producing a magnetic flux which is of constant magnitude and revolves at synchronous speed. Ns is equal to 120 F by P. This is about the stator. Now here, what is the principle in the three-phase induction motor? What is the principle? Now stator is developed the flux which is rotating with constant speed. Ns is equal to 120 F by P. Now what about the rotor? What is the principle? Here flux is developed. Part of this flux is linking with the secondary coils. Rotor is having three secondary coils. Part of this flux is linking with the secondary coil due to mutual induction. Principle is mutual induction. Where EMF is developed? Where EMF is developed? In which windings?
Armature.
Armature or rotor windings. Okay. In the rotor windings, EMF is developed. There are two types of rotors. What are those?
Armature and field.
No, I'm not asking about windings, rotors. Rotor is of two types. One is
Phase and squirrel.
One is squirrel cage rotor and the one is slip ring rotor. Slip ring is also called as phase wound or wound rotor. In squirrel, what is the difference between squirrel cage rotor and slip ring rotor? In squirrel cage, rotor bars are permanently short circuited. We can't add these rotor bars are permanently short circuited. We can't add external resistance. But in slip ring, we can add the external resistance. See here, the rotor are connected to the slip rings. These slip rings are connected to rheostats. Is it okay? Any doubt? In
No,
squirrel cage, rotor bars are permanently short circuited. We can't add this external resistance. But in slip ring, we can add the external rheostat to the rotor windings. That is the difference between slip ring and squirrel cage. And in squirrel cage rotor, we are giving slight skew. See here, rotor bars are not quite parallel to the shaft, but are purposely given a slight skew. Why we are giving slight skew in squirrel cage? What is the reason for giving slight skew in the squirrel cage? Two reasons I had. One is, one second.
Okay, see here. What are the two reasons why you are giving slight skew to the rotor bars? Yesterday I had told. One is to reduce the magnetic hum. Another one is to reduce the locking tendency in between rotor teeth and stator teeth. These two reasons they last for 2 marks. Why rotor bars in squirrel cage rotor is given slight skew. Skew means at the end point bending is there, some slight bend. Yesterday I have shown in the last class. Y means when running they should not cause any magnetic hum. Magnetic hum means magnetic flux is there. It will create some disturbance. To reduce that magnetic disturbance, we are using slight skew at the end point of the rotor bars. Another reason is to reduce the locking tendency between the rotor teeth and stator teeth. So these two reasons we are tried in exam for 2 marks. Why rotor bars are given slight skew in squirrel cage rotor? These two reasons we have tried. This is about construction. Then also I have also told you why induction motor is called rotating transformer. Anyone? Why induction motor is called rotating transformer? They lost for 2 marks. Why induction motor is called rotating transformer? Okay, tell me what is the principle in transformer? Transformer principle ఏంటి? What is the principle? Hello, am I audible?
Mutual induction.
Mutual induction. In transformer, we are having primary and secondary. Both are stationary. Both the windings are stationary. But in three-phase induction motor, primary winding is stationary. Your primary winding is stationary, but secondary winding is rotating because the rotor is rotating. That's why induction in both the motors, both transformer and induction motor, principle is mutual induction only. But in induction motor, secondary one winding is primary winding, which is stationary, but the secondary is free to rotate. But the secondary winding is rotating because the rotor is rotating in the induction motor. That's why it is called rotating transformer. Principle is same, but in transformer there is no rotating part. But in induction motor there is one rotating part, secondary winding. Rotor is rotating. That's why it is called rotating induction motor. Three-phase induction motor is called rotating transformer. This is the principle in transformer. Okay. Principle is induction, mutual induction. Now we have completed the construction, stator and rotor. Stator I have already explained. Ns is the speed in the stator. In rotor, the actual speed is n. Please remember, n is the actual speed of the rotor. Ns is speed of the stator. Okay, synchronous speed. Ns is the speed of the rotating flux. Then yesterday in the last class, I had told one formula. What is that formula? Resultant flux phi r. What is the formula I had told in the last class? Resultant flux phi r.
3/2 into maximum flux.
Okay, 3/2 into phi m. Please remember that. This formula they last for 2 marks in exam. I'm showing here. See here. 3 fluxes are developed in the stator windings. 3 stator windings are there. 3-phase supply. Phi 1, phi 2, and phi 3. Let us take this is phi 1. R phase phi 1. After 120 degrees, phi 2. After 120 degrees, phi 3. Phi 1, phi 2, phi 3. Each are displaced by one symmetrically 120, 120, 120. If you move in the clockwise direction, it will be -1. First one is 0. Let us take this as 0 R phase. If you move in clockwise direction, it will be -120. -120, this will be B phase -240. 0, -120, -240. If you come in the reverse, 0, plus 120, plus 240. 0, 240, plus 240, plus 120. If you move in the clockwise direction, the angle is negative. If you move in the anti-clockwise, the angle will be positive. So the resultant of these 3 fluxes is phi r. The resultant of these fluxes is phi r, that is equal to 3 by 2 phi m. In exam, you have to write resultant flux phi r is equal to 3 by 2 phi m. 3 by 2 means 1.5 times the maximum value of the flux due to any phase. Okay. And at what speed the stator is rotating? Stator at synchronous speed. Now I am saying stator, not rotor. Stator at synchronous speed ns is equal to 120 f by p. So this flux is rotating with the speed of ns is equal to 120 f by p. Please remember this formula. Ns is the stator speed, not the rotor speed. Please remember ns is the stator speed. Then we'll define one term that is called slip. Slip S is equal to, slip is the S. S is equal to ns minus n by ns. Ns is the stator speed. What is n? What is rotor speed? Right on. N is the rotor speed. Ns is stator speed. N is the rotor speed. Here, when rotor is rotating, n value will be there. Suppose if rotor is not rotating, what is the value of n? If rotor is stand still, not rotating. If rotor is not rotating, stand still. What is n value? 0. మీకు ఇండక్షన్ మోటార్లో రోటర్ రొటేట్ అవ్వకుంటే n value is 0. That means it is in standstill condition. Rotor is in standstill condition. If n is 0, what is slip? S value? ns by n, ns is n is 0. ns by ns 1. Slip is, what is the value of slip? 1. Write down. Okay. Write down side heading slip. Write down this formula. S is equal to ns minus n by ns. Slip S is equal to ns minus n by ns. Have you written? Okay, write down the condition. At standstill, write down the condition. At standstill, rotor is not rotating. Standstill means rotor is not rotating. At standstill, the rotor is not rotating. Then what is the value of n? What is n value?
0.
0.
0. Okay. Write down n is equal to 0. Write down n is equal to 0. Then what is this? Substitute n is 0 here. ns by ns. ns by ns is 1. Write down slip is 1. Slip is 1 at standstill. Now percentage slip means we will multiply with 100. Only slip means ns minus n by ns. Percentage slip means multiply with 100. Why the slip concept is coming in induction motor? Because in induction motor is the asynchronous motor. In the asynchronous motor, ns is not equal to n. But in synchronous motor, slip is not there. Because ns is equal to n. Suppose ns is 1500 rpm. In induction motor, let us take n is equal to 1400 rpm. Okay, then there will be slip. If ns is not equal to n, then slip concept will come. 1 second, one phone. Okay, write down. Then what is the slip speed? Suppose ns is 1500 rpm, n is 1400 rpm. What is the difference? 1500 minus 1400?
100.
100 rpm. So slip speed formula write down. This is the formula for slip. Slip speed formula is ns minus n. Write down slip speed formula is ns minus n. ns minus n. Okay, this is the second formula. What is the formula for ns? I have told. What is the formula for ns?
120 F by P.
Okay, write down. ns is equal to 120 F by P. Write down. ns value is 120 F by P. See here, ns is 120 F by P. Then rotor speed. Write down. Heading next. Rotor speed n. From this formula, derive the n formula. From slip, ns minus n by ns. Derive the n formula. Cross multiply this s into ns is equal to ns minus n. Bring n to this side. Take ns common. Bring ns to this side. Cross multiply and determine n formula. We will get this. See it, verify it. From this formula, calculate n value.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
By cross multiply. Okay, n is equal to ns into 1 minus s. What is n? Rotor speed. Right on? Rotor speed. Rotor speed is n. What is ns? What is in ns? ns is called stator speed. N is the rotor speed. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now one more formula, frequency of rotor current. When rotor is rotating, what is the frequency of the rotor current? Say heading, frequency of rotor current. Directly I am writing down the formula. F dash is equal to SF. F dash is equal to SF. What is F? F is called
Frequency. Supply frequency.
supply frequency. Supply voltage frequency. We are giving one supply voltage. The frequency of that supply is the supply frequency. S is the slip. So when rotor is rotating, what is the frequency? F dash. F is the frequency of the supply. F dash is the frequency of the rotor current. When rotor is rotating, what is the current frequency? That is F dash is equal to SF. Write down this formula. Frequency of rotor current. F dash is equal to SF. Okay. These are some of the formulas. Now we'll do one problem. Take down this. Don't take down this problem. Just see. Write down the page number 1255 in your textbook. Page number 1255. In page number 1255, I'll explain one formula problem. A slip ring induction motor runs at 290 RPM. Rotor is rotating at 290 RPM. Then N is equal to 290. N is 290. Actual speed of the rotor. N is 290. When connected to F is equal to 50. Write down F is equal to 50. He is asking force and slip. If you want the slip, we want NS. Actually, he is not giving NS here. So we'll assume the NS as 300, which is nearer to 290 RPM. Actually, we should not assume. In exam, they will give. Since they have not given, we are assuming. Since N is 290 RPM, speed of rotor, NS is the stator speed, which is greater than N, 300 RPM, which is nearer. I don't, NS is equal to 300. They are assuming here. You should not assume. In exam, they will give this. NS is 300, N is 290. Then what is the formula for slip? NS minus N by NS. NS is 300 minus N by 300. This is the slip. How much you will get? 300 minus 290 by 300. Ten by 300. That is 0.033. 0.0. Are you getting that? 0.003. How much you will get this?
Yes, sir. 0.00.
Okay. If you want percentage slip, multiply with 100, we'll get this. If you want percentage slip, multiply that with 100, we'll get this much, 3.33%. This is the percentage slip they are giving. Slip is 0.00 something. Now he is asking slip and also number of poles. Number of poles, if you want to get, we know the formula ns is equal to 120 f by p. ns is equal to 120 f by p. P is the number of poles. How many poles we are using in the three-phase induction motor? ns is 300, 120 into f by p. P value will get. P value 20 poles we are using in the three-phase induction motor. If you calculate this, you will get P value. P is 20 poles we are using in the three-phase induction motor. Okay. Now we'll go to the next problem. See here, a 4-pole. How many poles? What is the value of P here? What is P?
20. 4.
Here in this 4. P is equal to 4. Three-phase induction motor operates from a frequency is 50. Calculate speed at which the magnetic field of stator is rotating. Stator is rotating means what is the notation? Speed of the stator. Speed of the stator. Ns or N? Which one? Stator means Ns. Rotor means?
NS.
Okay. Stator means Ns. Rotor means? N. Speed of the stator means Ns. Speed of the rotor means N. See second bit speed of the rotor, that is N. First bit speed of the stator, that is Ns. Is it clear? What is Ns? What is N? Ns is speed of the stator. N is the speed of the rotor. Now first he is asking the Ns in the first bit. Ns formula you know 120 f by p. Frequency they are giving 50. Poles is 4. 120 f by p. This is your first bit. Speed at which the stator is rotating. Stator speed is Ns. What is the second bit? Speed of the rotor. Slip they are giving. Slip is 0.04. S is equal to 0.04. So the speed of the rotor formula I had told. N is equal to Ns into 1 minus S. Ns we have calculated. We are getting 1500 RPM. S they are giving 0.04. See the first two bits. If you are having doubt, you can ask me. Speed of the rotor is N is equal to Ns into 1 minus S. See the first two bits. If you are having doubt, you can ask me. Is it okay? First two bits. Any doubt in the first two bits? Okay. We'll go to the third bit. Frequency of the rotor currents when slip is 0.03. In the previous case, it is 0.04. Now slip is 0.03. Frequency of rotor currents he is asking. What is the formula? F dash is equal to SF. Slip is 0.03. Frequency is 50 given in the problem. Therefore, F dash is 1.5 RPS, revolutions per second. But we want in revolutions per minute. How to convert RPS to RPM? RPS to RPM. Revolutions per second to revolutions per minute. Multiply with 60. Because 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. 1.5 into 60. We will get 90 RPM. Revolutions per minute. This is the frequency F dash. Is it clear? Third one, third bit. Slip is 0.03. Frequency is 50. Okay, see the last bit. Frequency of the rotor current standstill. So standstill, what is the value of n? What is the rotor speed at standstill? Standstill means rotor is not rotating. When rotor is not rotating, what is the value of n? What is the value of n at standstill? When rotor is not rotating?
0.
0. If n is 0, what is s?
1.
S is equal to 1. Same thing he is taking here in the fourth bit. Frequency of the rotor current at standstill. At standstill, S is equal to 1. When S is equal to 1, F dash is equal to SF. Substitute S is equal to 1. Frequency given, they are giving 50 Hz. Therefore, F dash is equal to F. So that's all about this problem. If you are having doubt in this problem, you can ask me. Okay. Next problem is see. A three-phase induction motor is wound for 4 poles. P is equal to 4, F is 50. Calculate synchronous speed. Synchronous speed means ns, stator speed. Ns is equal to 120 F by P. 120 into frequency is 50, P is 4. 1500 RPM they are getting. Then rotor speed when slip is 4%. 4% means what is the value of slip? What is the value of S? 4 by 100. What is 4 by 100? What is 4 by 100? 0.04. 4 by 100 means S is 0.04. S is not 4, S is 0.04. Therefore, rotor speed is N is equal to Ns into 1 minus S. Ns we have calculated 1500 RPM. Substitute 1 minus S. 1 minus slip is 0.04 they have given here. Okay. That is the rotor speed. Formula we know rotor speed. N is equal to Ns into 1 minus S. Then last bit. Rotor frequency when rotor runs at 6 rotor runs means what is the value of this? Which speed this one? N or Ns? Rotor speed is N or Ns? Which one? Rotor speed ఏమంటారు N NS అంటారా?
N.
N. Rotor speed means N. Stator speed means NS. Rotor speed is actual speed of the rotor. N is 600. So first calculate this. When rotor speed is N is 600. We know the formula for slip. Ns minus N by Ns. Ns we have calculated here 1500 RPM stator speed. 1500 minus 600 by 1500. Ns minus N by N. Slip. First we are calculating slip for 600 RPM. For rotor speed 600 RPM, we are calculating the slip. S is equal to Ns minus N by Ns. Ns is 1500. We have already calculated here. 1500 minus 600 by 1500. We will get 0.6 is the slip. Then he is asking rotor frequency, F dash. F dash is equal to SF. S is 0.6. Frequency is 50. Multiply 0.6 with 50, we will get F dash. That is 30 Hz. So any doubt you can ask me. Meanwhile, I will take the attendance. Okay, see the opportunities I am telling. 5, 7, 9, 15, 17, 34, 45, 50, 52, 56. These are the opportunities.
Sir, 36 is present.
Oh, 6 is present, no problem. I have given attendance 6. Okay. So go through these problems. Tomorrow I won't take the class. On Monday I will take the class. On Monday I will explain the next topic. Relation between torque and slip. In the next class I will explain the torque of three-phase induction motor and also what is the relation and characteristic in between torque and slip. That is very important question for 5 marks they'll ask. Relation between torque and slip, torque slip characteristics. We will see in the next class. Now I am ending the class. I have taken attendance. Since tomorrow is the inspection is there, autonomous inspection, I won't